I'm Aubrey with Easy School Marketing, and I'm excited you're here with me today because we're going to talk about the 2025 Small School Leaders Conference. And in particular, I have two special guests here, Kate Auger-Campbell from the Independent School Management, ISM, and Lisa Leidy from Square Spot Design. Now, they are presenting this year, Buying a Mailing List is Not a Marketing Strategy. Great session. You're going to want to attend that. And since I have two experts in the independent school space here with me today, I'm going to ask them, what is one of the most common questions you get from marketers?
That is a great question. I think I'll start first. A question that I've been receiving recently and actually for quite a long time now, it seems to be a continuous question, is when it comes to marketing, where should we focus our dollars and our efforts? And should we be focused on digital or should we be focused on print? And my answer, especially for independent schools, is that as an independent school, it's not an either or. You really need both. And so we try to help schools to decide how they're going to split that difference between digital and print. Because really, digital is for reach. Digital is so that people know you exist. But print, that tactile experience, really is for trust. And when we're talking about independent schools, we're talking about parents having to part with two very important things to them, their money and their child, right? So we really want to make sure once they understand that you exist, that you are a trustworthy organization. And we find that print and the kind of the psychological impact of a tactile really helps a family with the trust element.
I love that. So I'll share a little bit too on that same topic. But one of the things you just mentioned, closing, Lisa, a lot of the questions I get or the conversations I find myself in have to do with marketing really feeling like it's their job to sell and to make sure that schools are there and they're hitting those enrollment numbers. And that's a fine line for me because marketing is not sales. Marketing's job is really for awareness, right? It's to make sure that people know about your school. They're aware, as you said, with digital, it's to get that reach and to make sure that people know what's going on and brand awareness. The job of others at the school who focus on that specific area of actually recruiting those families and then getting them all the way through to enrollment, that usually falls more in the admissions office. And so I think it has to be a collaboration and a partnership, but marketing is really that awareness piece and they're really done well when they're done in tandem. But a marketing person is not necessarily responsible when a school hits or doesn't hit those enrollment targets or the fundraising goal. It's got to be done in partnership with colleagues who are working people through the funnel once you get them to the top of it.
That's a great point. I wanted to follow up with kind of the concept of the capital A advancement, which is something that I think a lot of schools have maybe moved away from, or they're just starting to understand that capital A advancement means that admissions, development, communications, all three groups are advancing the school. And that when those three groups can work together and collaboratively, I think it takes the pressure off marketing as the essential tool, and it really helps with that team effort.
I would agree completely. I think you all talked about two really important and hot topics right now that a lot of school marketers are talking about. And that advancement piece is key when they're all working together and they also know their roles and responsibilities and they're all a cohesive group and not siloed. I think that's when we start seeing results and we stop seeing that one person's responsibility is X, right? To have those numbers or to hit a certain goal or something like that. Thank you very much for sharing these. These are fantastic. I know you're going to share even more during your session. Buying a mailing list is not a marketing strategy. And we all look forward to hearing that in February. Now, before we go, if people want to learn more about you and what you do, where can they find you?
Folks can find me on LinkedIn. Feel free to connect over there, certainly on the socials. And you can also find me on Independent School Management's website. That's isminc.com.
For me, you can find me on LinkedIn, Lisa Leidy, or through our agency website, which is squarespotdesign.com.
Lisa and Kate, thank you so much for being a part of this year's conference. We're excited to see you in February.